Bitcoin update, March 30th, 2024. And this is Saturday, so it is on the weekend. And these are what we're looking at right now is on the 4-hour time frame. I'm going to look at it from two different perspectives. This is on the levels, which is brought to us by the IM Academy. So if you were a member of the IM Academy, you would have access to these tools, right? And with these tools, we can create these zones, right? So we have these zones you see right here. So I'm using levels, and I'm going to be using swipe coin. I have them currently both on the 4-hour time frame. We can move them around, but just to keep things consistent on the initial look. Also, I've broken up zones, and you can screen share this for yourself if you want, right around 12 o'clock, a little after 12:20 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. These are zones that just my zones, not recommendations or financial advice, but based on the 4-hour time frame, the 1-hour time frame, and the 15-minute time frame, right? And this is on swipe coin. And so what I am currently waiting on, as you can see right here, is I'm going to zoom in a little bit. So the blue zone is the 4-hour time frame. If we're going to go north, I want to see a break and close above my 4-hour time frame, like if we're going to stay there, right? There's going to be a lot of up and down. I feel like right now we're going sideways. It's the weekend. Worldwide, financial institutions are closed. However, we are less than 30 days away from what's called the Bitcoin halving. And that's where basically they cut how much the circulation supply of Bitcoin in half, and it becomes more scarce. And a lot of people do not understand that, and that's why the academy, learning from the academy and being around teachers that can just educate you on what that means. If you don't even know what that means, I encourage you to hurry up and catch up, because in less than 30 days, this Bitcoin halving is happening. And then also too, if you're not familiar with it, if you look on the news, a lot of the big companies like Fidelity, BlackRock, and MicroStrategy, a lot of these companies are just accumulating a lot of Bitcoin, and the price is just getting, it can go down in the short term, but long term, it's some very big projections, some very nice projections. So it doesn't matter. And just to know, you don't have to buy a whole Bitcoin. Of course, the price of Bitcoin is 70,000 right now around. Not everybody can do that. And the thing is you can buy $10 worth. You can buy $100 worth. You can buy, that's the thing, is to understand that you don't have to buy, you can buy fractions of it. And that's how this digital currency works. You just, $100, $1,000, $10,000, whatever you can come up with, and whatever your strategy is. And that's the thing. Everybody has we all have our own goals and our own strategies. You have your own goals and strategies. That's why I feel like learning from the instructors. We have over 100 instructors in the academy. I encourage you to just at least look into it and be aware of it, because the more information you have, then you can make an educated decision based on your circumstances, based on how what your goals are. And so that's why I feel is really important. So as you see here on this is Bitcoin, and I have different zones built on different time frames. Right at the moment, I personally feel like it's the weekend. It's kind of going sideways. To be in a big trade, I'd like to break the 4-hour time frames. Personally, my feelings, right? So that would be, let me pull in the bottom of it. Let's see, I'm going to zoom out. Oh, there it is. So it's really kind of, now also too, look at this. So that's the thing is, now what's fun, okay, on the 4-hour time frame, I'm going to zoom out a little bit so you really get to see how big the 4-hour time frame is. This is really, see how I'm zooming out? This is the 4-hour time frame. See, a lot of the educators say, when in doubt, zoom out, right? So we're zooming out. So I built a zone based on what I've learned. I built some zones on the 4-hour time frame, and it's the blue zones. Now, what we do is we zoom in, right? So now I'm going to switch it to let's switch to a 1 hour. And I'm going to zoom in. The purple is my 1 hour time frame. Look at that. So the 1 hour time frame is the purple. So if we break that, and we may have to do a little adjusting, like it may teeter to keep going sideways for a little while, and so what we do is we'll just adjust it. If it does, we may have to open this up a little bit. Really, I think I'd love to just see this bust right through this blue zone, but that's because the blue zone is but currently we're just tracking in this. I'm just tracking it inside of a 1 hour time zone, right? Because if I have opportunity, I'm going to scalp trade. So, but if I'm just now looking to get into a trade, which on a scalp situation, I'm going to switch to the 15-minute time frame. And what this is telling me is that it is, whoops, I hate when I do that. Okay, this is saying it's going to go down for a little while, because this is the zone that I have created the light blue shades, and it's breaking, but it has not closed. That's the thing. I would love actually for it just to go back up, but we'll just see. The thing is we react to what it's doing. We don't go off our wishes. Yeah, I wish I would do this, but we're reacting to the market. It's like, okay, it's breaking and it has not closed. 12:30, it may close. I'm just going to watch it right now. It's the weekend. Typically, if I held to my best disciplines, what I'm learning is that it's really best to trade Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Those are the best days to trade generally, because the markets can really be wild, like riding a wild bull, and you don't know how to ride a bull, right? So so I'm not quite yet an expert bull rider, but I can, in technical trading terms, but I can get a few seconds on a bull, just talking about trading, not talking about real bull. But the thing is, on the weekends, what I'm saying is it can be really risky. So it's not a good idea to trade, but it's fun to watch and just mark up the charts. And that's the thing. That's how I learn. If I'm not even in a trade, what I do is I love just leaving the computer on when I'm doing stuff around the house, and I'll just watch the zones, and I watch it, because you start to get a feel for how it's moving after a while. And if you're good with feel, then you can you can sometimes anticipate, and that's the whole thing with trading. So we're trying to anticipate where the market's going to go, right? So right now I'm anticipating it's probably going to go down towards this range right here, but I wouldn't be surprised if it goes back up. But we're just gonna wait and see. I'm not gonna trade this on a scalp yet. I'm not gonna go short, particularly in a very bullish market environment. The whole market's so bullish, and what I mean by that is there's a lot going on, and now I feel like is a really good time to dollar cost average, and I'm gonna keep dollar cost averaging the best I can through this market. The thing is there's just, we have the halving coming up, and we have a lot of the EFT, the electronic funds, the trade, like the Fidelity, the BlackRocks. Everybody can start putting a portion of their retirement and savings into these Bitcoin ETFs, Ethereum ETFs, and I feel like that's going to raise our market cap by a lot, and that's what I hear. Currently, Bitcoin has about a 1.5 million market cap. Some people predict it could go up over 10 million market cap. It's just, or 10 trillion potentially, but right now it's about a 1.5 trillion market cap and growing. So we'll see. So wait and see. The thing is, but that's the thing, is we go by the zones. That's what the professionals tell us. We can only speculate, but when we look at the different zones, we can make decisions based on the zones. If we break this, if personally, me, what my decision would be is if we broke this blue zone right here. I'm not even gonna see, I may make a straight line across, like a horizontal line as well, just to show you. If we broke this zone here, it would have to go over here. It would have to go something like that. Yeah, if it crushed this right here, if we got below this period, I would absolutely not. I would say, yeah, it's time to consider swinging the trades low, right? And then, but if we get up above this, then I feel like, why does that look crooked? Then I feel like we're off to the races again. Looks like that's at an angle. Well, but you get the point, right? You get the point. Now this is levels here. So I have, this is a 4-hour chart, and I'm really looking at these things. If we drop below, let's see, this is down to 67. So you see this zone here is called the starting point right here. So back here, back in March 24th, we got a big push, and it's called a starting point in this system. And a lot of times the market will retrace back to the starting point. So it can be potentially a good place to go long, right? However, if, see if I can draw something. Let's see here. We could go like this. This is just the potentials. Not like this. Let's see. I could do something like that. And so what I would consider doing is taking a long, buying into it here. That's the idea. It's a zone. It's not financial advice. It's just a zone to be looking out for. That'd be a good trade right there, right? Now, or something you got to watch out for. It could go like this. And boy, sometimes it can go fast. Like this. Like one day. And then you could do that also. Does that make sense? So you got to watch out for that. So if you buy in on the dip, it just kind of, that's why you have to learn, and there's other things. It's called confluences. There's other ways to look at it and view the market. And the more confluences that we have, the better we can make better decisions, right? But those are the options, right? Those are the things that could happen, right? But it's kind of a wait and see. But that's where I'm at with that. That's on the 4-hour right here. You can see that. All right. And then this here is on the 1 hour. Actually, this is the 15-minute. So this is for scalping. See, this tool is really for getting deep down, up and close. We're taking this bit of information. We're taking each candle right here. This one candle is 4 hours. This one candle was 4 hours. That's 8 hours, right? This one candle was 15 minutes. 4 candles is 1 hour. So 4 times 30, 4 hours. That's 1 hour. It's 2. So can't do the math right now. Let's see, 4. That's a lot of more candles, right? So what we're doing is we're taking this whole, see this little curve right here? See how it's curved up over the last 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, last 24 hours. See how this was the last 24 hours right here? Now, this is the last. So this is the last 24 hours right here. So right here, this is all the last 24 hours, but it's just broken up, like zoned in, right? Zoned in. So if you're, if you're doing that kind of trading, you can really get up and close. But if you're just the average person and you're just buying in, I'm gonna just do fun. I'm gonna zoom out to the weekly, because that's really what you care about, is the weekly. I have too many markups. I'm gonna take the markups away. This is on the weekly, and this is really zoomed out, right? Each candle represents 1 week, right? This is really the big picture. So, the big picture, I feel like for Bitcoin is, I have hopes that it goes to $1 million, but we'll just kind of a wait and see. I don't need it to do anything right now. I just want to personally earn more money inside of my businesses, so I can dollar cost average into these assets, not just Bitcoin, but my particular goal is to average into the top 30 of all the digital assets. Try to find the best top 30 coins I can. Bitcoin is the number one. But sometimes you can, but I'm spreading things out over 30 coins, but I'm actually spreading them out over the whole market. And I don't want to get into the whole market, but the whole market has over 13,000 coins, and I'm selecting 30 that I feel comfortable with, and just kind of spreading it out. Not that I'm spreading out risk, but I'm looking for more opportunities, because sometimes in this market, and when it's a good hot market, you can get a 10 times return, you can get 100x return, you can get 1,000x return. I've seen 10,000x return. You just never know what you're going to get, but you have to be ready to take profits. You can't just let it sit, so you have to know when to sell it or sell some of it. Not financial advice, but just kind of telling you how, this is trading. So you have investing and trading. You just got to know what's. I feel like you just know what's right for you, and that's the thing. Learning about what's your goals, and that's just going to come from. I'm going to switch back down to the 4-hour. That's just going to come from being around the professionals, right? Just being around the professionals. This is the 4 hours. We're just going to zoom back into the 4-hour without the markups. But this is the starting point. I'm kind of feeling like a lot of times, almost always, I've seen, it comes back to the starting point. Whether it does it this week or 3 months from now, it's going to come back and hit this starting point at some point. We'll see. It's going to be interesting to see when it hits. But if I had to put money down on is it going to hit it or not, I'd say it's going to hit it. But I don't know when. That's going to be fascinating. So let's see. Time will tell. This is going to be a recorded video. So, but in the short time, I'm just going to trade my zones right here. This is what I'm looking out for here from levels. And this is what I'm looking out here from. Right now we're bearish short term on, but we're bearish right here. See this? We're below this blue shaded zone. That's on the 15-minute time frame for scalp. But however, the stochastic RSI is down low. I personally, this is one of my confluences. I love to have this. See how this goes 100 to 0. This is like above 80 is when I feel like we're oversold, and below 20, and right now we're at 13. So I feel like it's a potentially at least a good time to buy for the long term. I mean, it's hard to time the market, perfectly, but it's a good time. I wouldn't mind purchasing some Bitcoin at this price at all. So, but anyway, that's on the short term, but anyway, that's that. So that's on the 15-minute. But I like for my scalp trades to look good on the hour time frame if possible. See, this has to go to on the hour. See how it's 12:39 at 1 o'clock. If this is still below this blue shaded zone, then I'm feeling more and more likely that it's even more bearish, or that it's going to go down in price, right? So here's the zones. Let's skip back out to the not ultra conservative, but just more conservative time zones on the 4-hour time frame. So this is what we're looking at right here. This is what we're looking at right here. So I hope that makes sense. You want to screenshot that. This RSI looks nice, like it wants to keep going up. Like I'm seeing up there, and this is nice. Let's see here, but we are inside of a going sideways. We're in between this green and red. I feel like, and I would like to ideally break above the green. Let's go. But if it's below, hey, you can. The thing is the professionals, when they swing trade, they switch to cash. It's not hard to do, but it's emotional, because as humans and trading, we deal with fear of losing money, and we deal with greed of wanting more money. So it's fear and greed, and that's the whole thing with trading and emotions, is that we deal with fear and greed, and then the longer you do it and the less emotional, you can just trade off of, what you think is making the best decisions, and you're not trading off of fear or trading off of greed. You're just trading off of, almost like you were the computer, like a computer, like a bot, and that's my goal, is to be that type of trader. But that's the things you deal with coming up, is the fear of losing money, or you deal with especially when things are running hot and everything's up and Bitcoin gets to 150,000. You get a big greed feeling, and people hold on to it. They don't want to sell because they have greed, and then people lose. So it's the emotional side of trading, but just something to be aware of, the emotions of fear and greed. So I'm going to leave you with that. This is levels on the 4-hour time frame. This is really the two big zones I'm kind of looking at right now, the green and the red. The green being the resistance zone to get above and close above, or the red to go below and close below. If it does go below, I would potentially look for longs at the starting point, anywhere in the blue shaded starting point. But if we could lose that starting point. It could break below the starting point. If it did, I would love to take a trade here, and it does something like that. That would be so nice. But you set up your, no, I didn't mean to do that. You set up your buys here, and it goes this, and then it does this, and then it does this, and then it does this, and you lose the trade. And then that's the fear, right? But you have to do all the confluences together, right? We do all the confluence together. That could be a that could be something. I'm just drawing out potential circumstances to consider. So anyway, we'll see. But we'll come back and we'll do more follow-up. But this is what I'm looking at, and it's going to see what happens. So remember, I'm not coming across as the expert, but thank you for letting me teach you what I'm learning from the IM Academy. The tools that you see here is brought to you by the IM Academy. If you have any interest, we are looking for other people to subscribe to the Academy. We're a group of people that encourages each other to just become better all the way around. They do personal development stuff as well, but we have a stocks and crypto academy, and this is the academy that I'm in. So I invite you, if you have questions about it, give me a call. My number is going to be inside the description of the video. If you have enough information to make a $175 a month decision, just go ahead and jump on, join the DCX Academy, and just get going. But if you have more questions, reach out to me, and let's get moving, because the times are moving on. We gotta take action while the feeling is there. We gotta get moving. So, all right, I'll be back. Remember, our health is wealth. That's the most important thing. That health is wealth, and that's the jingle of my channel, Fitness and Finance. But our health is wealth. Without our health, doesn't matter what kind of assets we have. Our health is wealth. Cash flow is freedom. Cash flow is king. Sorry. Health is wealth. Cash flow is king, meaning we used to say cash is king, but my mentor says cash flow is king. So it's like, owning your own business, like you could be a representative of the academy as well if you wanted to. You could recruit members and subscribers over the next 5 to 10 years and get paid for it. That's the thing, you'd own your own business, right? So cash flow, however you create it, cash flow is king. So that's the jingle. Health is wealth. Cash flow is king. Cash is queen. And credit is freedom. Think about it, and I'll see you on the next lesson or on the next session. Bye for now.